Hello and welcome to Fidelity's Green Pod, where we bring you a series of audiocasts highlighting the latest thinking and insights on sustainable investing and ESG issues, where ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. My name is Jonathan Leong, and I'm from the Fidelity Singapore Intermediary Sales team. In this episode titled Crisis at Sea, 1 year on, we share how Fidelity became aware of the deepening humanitarian crisis at sea due to pandemic measures and took steps calling for urgent action. 1 year has passed since Fidelity first raised the plight of seafarers stranded due to COVID-19 measures, and things have begun to improve. The number of seafarers stranded aboard their ships has halved to 200,000. The United Nations recently launched an initiative designed to safeguard seafarers' rights that covered many of the points that we had raised. However, factors such as the new COVID-19 variants, a lack of key worker status for the seafarers, and travel restrictions mean that the crisis is far from over, and we must continue to urge governments and firms to act. In spring of 2020, as the COVID-19 crisis deepened, we became aware of increasing news of disruptions to global maritime activity. Restrictions on travel and trade caused many seafarers to become stranded aboard their vessels, as stringent quarantine measures globally made it impossible to disembark at designated ports or even return home by air. At the height of the crisis in September 2020, over 400,000 seafarers were stranded at sea, with many working long beyond their contracts. This became a liability for the commercial shipping sector and a brewing humanitarian crisis for the seafarers who are the engine of global trade. To protect global supply chains and seafarers' health and safety, Fidelity's sustainable investing team and shipping analysts sounded the alarm by actively engaging with our investee companies on this issue. We then reached out to other investors to do the same. In December 2020, a consortium of international investors led by Fidelity, representing $2 trillion of assets under management, called for urgent action to end this humanitarian crisis in an open letter to the UN. We reiterated the need to classify seafarers as key workers to enable them to continue performing their essential services in a safe and secure manner. We also recommended seafarers have access to vaccines with immediate effect. Since then, the number of stranded individuals has declined, and the UN has also launched the Human Rights Due Diligence tool. However, despite recent improvements, the issue has not yet been fully resolved, and the threat of new COVID-19 variants could quickly reverse the tide. Thank you for listening to Fidelity Green Pod, and stay tuned for our next episode. For more sustainable investing insights, visit fidelity.com.sg. Investments involve risks. Please seek advice from a financial advisor. This advertisement has not been reviewed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, FIL Investment Management Singapore Limited.